Tungsten Tails here at the World Darts Championship. Round one finished and we're going to look at some outrights with Rod Harrington. Rod, an amazing tournament so far, really enjoyable. Who's that stood out for you?
Well, I think two players have stood out if you go stats-wise, and that's Phil Taylor and then Adrian Lewis this evening. I mean, we was expecting a good performance from Adrian Lewis, and he did. But I think sometimes in the first round, we put too much emphasis on the stats. There's so much pressure in the World Championship because with the big prize money, and because it's Christmas. You don't want to get to Christmas Day and you're out of the tournament. So all that extra pressure, so first rounds, you just get over them. Now the business end starts.
We've got Phil at 2-1. He's sort of stuck around that price, fair enough really. He is favourite. Would you make him favourite?
I would make him favourite, and only just over Michael van Gerwen. He is still the man to beat for me. He's got this all-round game. Michael has just gone off the boil in odd legs and sets at times, and I think that may come back to kick him if he doesn't straighten that out. But yeah, I mean, but there's two or three other players. One of them is Adrian Lewis, and the other one Gary Anderson. I do believe that it's going to be one of those four that lifts the title.
8's about Adrian Lewis. Not a bad price really. He's come in a long way obviously after that performance, but 8's still not a bad price.
I think 8 is a great price. He's a two-time world champion. I mean, he's a newcomer up on this big stage. He's won it twice. He's got pedigree. He's got Keith Della back. That's a main thing for him. He keeps him focused. He makes sure he practices at the right time. So 8, I think that's great value.
11-2, Gary Anderson. Again, a player that people have looked at pre-tournament and really tipped up and said this man could go on and win it. After round one, you agree with that?
I do. I mean, I was one of the people that tipped him, and I was tipping him before he won Minehead. He was out at 16-1 then, so he's come in an awful amount. So that's a lot of money gone on Gary Anderson. I think you can take Gary Anderson's performance. Like I say, it was a first-round match. He played an extremely slow player, and Gary gets the ump quick, and you can see him getting the ump quick. So as I said, first rounds, he's got over it. He's got this electrifying scoring power, and he's hitting doubles. And when Anderson hits doubles, he's dangerous.
A player that we may not be seeing as a winner this year is Keegan Brown. 100-1 for this one, but a player for the future, definitely.
Definitely. I think also Michael Smith, we've got to put Michael Smith. And again, Max Hopp tonight.
Max Hopp tonight.
I mean, I had a good chat with Max Hopp in Coventry a good 6 months ago, and he's lost a load of weight. He practices properly. You know, they're starting to listen, these youngsters, and that's why they're starting to progress through the rankings. Keegan Brown, you know, in the Grand Slam, he played absolutely brilliant. He beat John Part, 3-time world champion, up there. It is too early for them to win this world championship, I believe, but in the future, they are the future.
Two players I'd like to bring up. First of all, Kim Hybricks. He's obviously got Taylor who could come up against Taylor. But if he goes for that, he's the sort of player with the A game who could actually go quite far in 7. I think he's 33-1 at the moment. If he plays his best, he can beat these players.
Oh, that's for sure. He's got a great scoring power, as Kim Hybricks. Sometimes he misses doubles under pressure. And you can't afford to do that in the World Championships because you will be punished. You're playing class players all the time. But certainly, at 33-1, worth a couple of quid.
Last player, Mr. Chisnell. Chizzy. He is one of those players who the big boys will fear if they come up against him. 28-1 the price. Worth maybe a quid on that? Each way maybe?
Again, I mean, he's one of my favourite players, Chizzy, because he just gets up there and throws darts. He doesn't overcomplicate the game. I mean, we get a lot of players in the game that try to make it too intelligent. As my father would say when he was alive, you've got a lump of metal and you chuck it at the wall. And that's sometimes what you have to do. But that's what Chisnell does. He just gets up there and throws darts. He is a great player. His A game is as good as anybody's. But the only thing with Chizzy is his throw. He's got a little flaw in what we call the snatch. And under pressure sometimes, it comes in and he loses points. It may only be one dart in the leg, but when you're getting in finals and semi-finals, that one dart a leg is going to cost you. So, yeah, he's definitely got the game if he can keep his rhythm.
There you go, there are Rod's thoughts on all the outright markets for the PDC World Championships. We've got 2 videos for you, this one and another one coming up, which will be about all the individual matches in the second round. Please do watch that one as well, but do remember, if you do have a bet, please do it responsibly. Here at Tungsten Tails, we're going for our Christmas break, so we will see you when we come back. Follow us on Twitter at Tungsten Tails. We'll have a great Christmas, and always remember that we keep you at the sharp end of World Darts.